Joining us now to talk more about this escalating showdown, Rina Shah. She's the founder and CEO of Relax Strategies, a board member with the Renew Democracy Initiative, and a former GOP strategist. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. So many political experts and even other Republicans like Donald Trump and Nikki Haley have argued that taking on Disney is a big mistake on DeSantis' part for several reasons. What are your thoughts on that?
To me, this really is a David and Goliath situation in which Governor DeSantis thinks he is Goliath. But what we're seeing now and what's being revealed is that Disney is truly that Goliath. And look, in everyday American life, we know that corporations are big and powerful, but also so are state executives. And I think DeSantis, there was a great amount of overreach here. If you look at Disney's relationship with the state of Florida, it is, until more recent years, has been a very positive one. Let's not forget, tourism is a booming industry for Florida, the #1, in fact, in many parts of the state. People are relying on tourism. When we talk about Disney, it's not just this enterprise. It is, again, this really very serious corporation that has done things in a way that other corporations model. So what were they to do when they see that executive overreach? And I think they've responded actually very fairly, very positively to a governor that really has taken more of an activist role. And I think that's a very dangerous place for any governor to go, whatever their partisan stripes may be, but especially for a Republican that truly believes in free enterprise and government staying out of the business of corporations.
What do you think the ultimate end game is for DeSantis here? Is there any situation in which you see him coming out on top legally or politically?
I think he's actually really shot himself in the foot politically on this one. It looks like he felt at some point he could create this fight, carry it out, use it to garner more political support. But what it's really done is revealed his character, somebody that just doesn't know how to finish a fight, and also somebody who doesn't know how to fight fair. He's somebody that is not listening to his localities. There have been counties who've said, don't do what you're doing with Disney because it hurts us. It's actually not helpful. They've asked him to stay out of this whole mess. And instead, he's kind of dug the hole deeper for himself. So on the legal front, yes, he's in some degree of hot water because this all could backfire on him, right? But this was a political move hugely. And that's what I want to emphasize for folks here, is that if you don't need to get into the nitty gritty of the legalities here, to just really realize here that this is a fight that is revealing, again, the character of a man who truly wanted to just reveal himself to be a strong man and that he can do anything and has almost like total power as a governor. That is so nonsensical, again, with the Republican Party of today, and won't help him in the long run.
And do you see this dispute really impacting voter sentiment as DeSantis eyes that potential 2024 presidential bid?
Well, it's a bit early to say what impact this could have on if and when Governor DeSantis now, if he does declare officially for the Republican nomination, enter the primary process. Again, he's not formed an exploratory committee, to the best of my knowledge, and that's all public filings. But he has been on many polls. He's been the #2 in many polls to Donald Trump, and of course there have been whispers throughout the Mid-Atlantic corridor, particularly with financiers, that he could be the one that could win a primary. Now what we see is, again, this governor isn't really on sure footing. He's looking like somebody that can't handle himself well on the international stage in particular. He was recently in Japan and he couldn't answer sort of very simple questions on the nose. And so what I really feel that we see at play here is perhaps the real deterioration of a DeSantis nomination. He really could choose this to be that pivotal point where he says, hey guys, I'm sitting out for 2024. This isn't it for me anymore, because I think he's extremely unsure of how this has all served him up until now, because there's just no good way to gauge how this would impact his favorability for 2024, not at this point in time.
Yeah, it's still so early, but he really was the name people have been talking about for months and months now. But it does seem that this is definitely a big bump in the road for him. Rina Shah, thank you so much for your insight on this constantly evolving battle.
Indeed. Thanks for having me.